Hey guys, something arrived in the mail today. Want to find out what it is together? Ah, it's the new HomePod Mini in white. But I knew that. In fact, I also have one in space gray. If you've been holding out for an affordable Apple smart speaker, then these might just be the device for you. Hi, I'm Michael Josh. You're watching Gadget Match. This is our HomePod Mini unboxing and review. So here they are again. Two different colored boxes that match the colors of the HomePod Minis inside. I like the different stylized minis, and they're not only different on both sides of the box, but also different on the black and white boxes. Very nice touch. Okay, let's slice open this plastic so we can lift open these boxes. At the same time, if I can. There they are, both HomePod Mini colors. Which one do you like better? Sound off below. This mesh fabric feels soft. This white braided cable looks sturdy. It's also permanently fixed to the back of the device. On the other end is a USB-C connector. The space gray model is a darker shade of gray with a black braided cable to match. Next up, the usual designed in California info packet with a quick setup guide, warranty info, and an Apple sticker. Last but not least, a 20-watt USB-C adapter is included. Thank you very much, Apple. Setup is easy, just bring your iPhone close and follow the prompts to get connected. There's no denying the HomePod Mini is a baby version of the original HomePod. It comes in the same two finishes, white and space gray, wrapped in a mesh fabric and punctuated with a glossy touch surface up top. They light up with these cool animations when you interact with Siri. The design is very Apple-esque, both minimalist and premium, and should blend well with your home decor. The backlit touch surface up top can be used to control your music. Tap once to play or pause, double tap to move on to the next track, triple tap to go back, touch and hold for Siri. And you can tap or hold the plus and minus buttons to control the volume. You might not know this because it isn't a feature that's often talked about, understandably so because until now, it hasn't been fully realized. But the iPhone 11, iPhone 12, and the new Apple Watch Series 6 all have something in common, something called a U1 chip that's embedded inside them. Now, U1 uses a technology called ultra-wideband that basically uses radio waves for spatial awareness, so devices in a room can tell where other devices are in reference to them. That same chip is also on the HomePod Mini, and it allows you to point your iPhone at it so that you can hand off music that you're listening to and vice versa. Let's see it in action. Okay. We're playing music on our iPhone 12 mini. Now let's point it at the HomePod Mini. And just like that, you continue listening on your HomePod. Point your phone again, and the music starts playing on the iPhone. The same works for phone calls. And to test it, I called my very good friend Tommy, aka Gadgets Boy, who also got his HomePod Mini today. Call Tommy Adebayo on the HomePod Mini.
Calling Tommy Adebayo, mobile.
Hey Tommy, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Thanks for your call, it's been a while.
Oh, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in like a year, but it's really nice to hear your voice. How do I sound on the HomePod
Likewise.
Mini?
You sound great, as ever.
So I'm going to see if I can transfer it to my iPhone by touching. Okay, so you're on speakerphone right now on my iPhone. Okay, you're back on the HomePod.
You know what, I like the sound on the HomePod because it sounds very cushioned, like you've got like a studio with soundproofing.
All right, Tommy, well, I took a lot of your time, so thank you so much.
Sure. No problem, thank you.
If you want to learn more about Tommy, and I definitely think you should, you can check out the links to his Instagram and YouTube in the description box below. Apple is also promising that soon you can also point your phone at the HomePod to get personalized listening suggestions. So I have a feeling we're only brushing the surface of what that U1 chip can do. because they are Apple speakers, expect the HomePod Mini to work seamlessly with your other Apple devices. Use it if you want louder speakers for the movie you're watching on your iPad Air, or as speakers for your MacBook if you're working from home. From the menu bar on your Mac, dive into Sound Settings in Control Center, then AirPlay, then select the HomePod that you want to use. But what I'm most excited about is using it as a stereo pair with my Apple TV 4K. Let me explain. If you have two HomePod minis, you can bundle them together as a stereo pair, one for the left and one for the right, just like you could do with two HomePods. Except that HomePods are larger and much more expensive. I live in a small New York studio apartment, but I have a large 86-inch LG TV on one side of my room, and a couch in between my TV and my bed. Some nights, I want to watch movies from my bed, which is further away, but I don't also want to have to turn up the volume on my sound system. So having one HomePod Mini on each side of the bed is a great solution. To create a stereo pair from the Home app, just add both of them to the same room, and click Use as a pair when prompted. Make sure to test the sound to ensure that the correct HomePod Mini is positioned on the correct side. With that set up, just press and hold on the AirPlay button on your Apple TV remote, and then all I have to do is select my bedroom pair. There, exactly the solution I've been looking for. Two HomePod Minis will run you $198, which is still $100 cheaper than the cost of one HomePod. A new feature introduced on the HomePod Mini that's also rolling out to the HomePod via a software update is called Intercom. It's meant for multiple HomePods and HomePod Minis in a home with multiple rooms. Just imagine your mom in your kitchen being able to use the feature to be able to call you down for dinner. Hey, intercom the bedroom. Time for dinner. Time for dinner. You can also send and receive intercom messages even when you're away from home via your iPhone, CarPlay, or your Apple Watch. Despite its small form factor, the HomePod Mini follows in the footsteps of its big brother and sounds amazing. I'd say it's the best sounding mini smart speakers I've tried. In fact, it even sounds better than a lot of larger smart speakers out there. The sound is loud but clear and balanced, it's rich, and the bass is sufficient for its size. It also fills an entire room with 360-degree sound coming from all angles. And what it lacks in components, it makes up for via something called computational audio, which is thanks to its S5 chip and Apple software. 180 times each second, the HomePod Mini analyzes unique characteristics of the music you're listening to, and it makes adjustments to all the internal components so that it can deliver the best sound all the time. There are also 4 microphones built into the HomePod Mini, and they use all sorts of noise cancellation techniques, so much so that if you're in a noisy room, you can still say, "Hey, and it should be able to hear you without you having to raise your voice. By the way, if you have multiple HomePods and HomePod Minis in your house, they can play the same track at the same time and will be perfectly in sync. You can also just choose to play music in a specific room or a specific HomePod. Siri has come a long way since it was introduced, and now with the introduction of the HomePod Mini and the release of HomePod OS version 14.2, it's also gotten a whole lot smarter and more useful. Here are some things it can do. Siri can set alarms, timers, and reminders. Hey, wake me up at 7 a.m.
Okay, I've set an alarm for 7 o'clock.
Set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Of course, because this is a device that's meant to play music on, you can also ask Siri to play a specific track, a musical genre, or if you don't know the title of a song, you can also just ask Siri to play a song based on some given lyrics. Or you can get info about songs that are playing. Hey, what song is this?
This is Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus.
When was this song released?
Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus came out on the 11th of August, 2009.
Siri works with Apple Music and Pandora. Amazon Music is coming soon, and Spotify support apparently is up to Spotify to integrate. But that doesn't mean you can't use it to play music from Spotify. You just can't ask Siri to do so for you. Siri can also play your favorite podcasts. Hey, play Psychobabble.
Now playing Psychobabble with by Tyler Oakley, Corey Cool, and Cadence 13.
As well as thousands of radio stations depending on where you live. Siri can also carry out everyday tasks. Hey, what's the weather like?
It's currently clear and 11 degrees. Temperatures are heading down from 11 degrees to 6 tonight.
What's the nearest cafe?
The nearest one I see is Mountain Province about...
Add chocolate milk to my shopping list.
Alright, I've added it to your shopping list.
Find my iPhone.
Ping in Michael Josh's iPhone.
I can also ask Siri my questions and get some answers and help with translations or conversions. Hey, did Donald Trump win the election?
According to the Associated Press, Joe Biden will be the 46th President of the United States.
How do you say "I'd like a beer, please" in German?
In German, I'd like a beer, please is...
Ich hätte gerne ein Bier, bitte.
How many tablespoons are there in a cup?
1 cup is 16 tablespoons.
Siri on your HomePod Mini can work hand in hand with your iPhone, so it can do things like send text messages or access your calendar. And for big households, it can recognize up to 6 voices for assigned family members, and it will offer each one a personalized experience. So, for example, if your mom asks Siri what's on her schedule for the day, it will access her calendar, not yours. Now, what happens if someone who's not in your family asks Siri that question?
Hey, what's on my calendar today?
Sorry, I'm not sure who's speaking. Who is this?
Try.
I don't recognize your voice. Go to the Home app to turn on Recognize My Voice for this home.
One of the reasons why I bought a HomePod, even if I have a lot of Google Nest and Amazon Echo devices already, is because I wanted the HomePod to be the center or the hub of my smart home. And it can help you control all your smart devices too. From basic things like controlling my Philips Hue lights, it can also turn up or down the heat or lock the doors. Very soon, I also wanted to be able to raise and lower my smart blinds for that window over there. If you have any recommendations, let me know below. Also, if you have a car that supports CarPlay, there's tight integration there too. So if you ask Siri what time Target closes, once you hop in your car, the directions will already be there waiting for you. Is the HomePod Mini your gadget match? At $99, the HomePod Mini is more pricey than other mini speakers out there. Amazon's new Echo Dot retails for $49. Google's Nest Mini is now selling at a reduced price of $29. Then for $99, you can get the larger Nest Audio. But it might not be a fair comparison. While Google Assistant might still be the more superior assistant versus Alexa and Siri, the HomePod Mini is the best sounding speaker in this bunch. But really, the value of owning a HomePod Mini depends on how much invested you are in the Apple ecosystem. With tight integration between Apple devices and services, a pretty solid feature set, great sound, and probably the best privacy record versus its competitors, I'd be happy using my HomePod and HomePod Minis exclusively. And while the HomePod has even better sound, more microphones, and now with the 14.2 update, adds support for Dolby Atmos and 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound, at a third of the price, the HomePod Mini is a much better deal. In fact, I recommend getting 2 and using them as a stereo pair. You'll still end up saving some money. And yes, the HomePod Mini gets the Gadget Match seal of approval. What do you think about the HomePod Mini? Is it a device that you're interested in? Have you been holding out on one, and now that there's an affordable option, are you going to finally bite the bullet? I'm curious. Sound off below. We have a review of the new MacBook Air powered by Apple's M1 chip coming real soon, so to make sure you don't miss that video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we publish. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff. And as always, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.